Welcome to episode 21 of The Creative Pause. My name is Susan Padron, and I'm here with my co-host, who I will allow to introduce herself.
Hello, everybody. I'm Stacey Faye. It's so good to be with you today. And we are at episode 21. So we just said, thank you. So we're rocking the episodes, and that's pretty awesome. We're excited to be with you. And we're here, as always, to provide you a little bit of a space to learn something new or find some creativity, find some inspiration, or if nothing else, bring a little bit of a smile to your face during this time that we're all in. And we always start out with asking how everyone's doing. We always like to keep it real on this show, and you know that if you've been tuning in, that we're honest with how we're doing and the roller coaster we're all on. So I'll share, Susan will share, and we'll also have our guest share today. And if you're there live, feel free to chat with us about how you're doing, or if you're at home watching the recording later on, you can write it down, say it aloud, or just maybe take time today to check in with a friend or family member, see how they're doing and share how you're doing also. So I'll start first. My day is not so bad today, actually. And I think some of that came from having a good episode yesterday where we talked about how to maintain some creativity and sort of magic in your life during this time. With our guest, Miss Wondersmith. And I pretty immediately after that episode realized that I want to do a Zoom party for my baby that's coming very soon in just a couple of weeks. And I had been hemming and hawing, like, oh, I don't know, is there a purpose to doing it? And because I had to cancel the in-person gathering. And I thought, you know what? Like, Miss Wondersmith gave me some good mojo. I'm like, yes, there's a purpose. I'm going to do it. And I think I might even have one of our other previous guests, Ilya, to do a sound bath during that Zoom call. So basically just doing it on my own terms, maybe a sound bath, maybe some cake, whatever, whatever makes this like pregnant mama happy. And that feels really good to say, you know what, I'm going to still celebrate and still do something special in this time. So that's making me feel good to kind of be decisive about that and get that on the calendar and have a moment to celebrate. So I'm kind of just sitting in that good energy today. How are you doing, Susan?
Doing pretty well. I don't know. I always feel like I'll think a little bit extra good on Fridays, right? Today's Friday, right? And just make that up. Okay. Yeah. Stacey's nodding. So, okay. Yeah. I'm like, oh, well, it's Friday. Yeah. It feels great. No, it actually is Friday. So I can own that. But I think because it feels like extra special because we have another week of episodes under our belt with this project, which feels really freaking good. So yeah, I think that's whenever we get to Friday and I'm like, oh my gosh, yeah, another week. Like we did another week of episodes. It's just a good feeling. We just continue to get a lot of really great feedback from all of you that have been taking the time to watch or listen to our recordings and attend live, and we're grateful for it. I'm definitely grateful for it, and grateful for Stacey, of course, too. And I'm also extra excited because today's guest is like a wonderful, wonderful friend of mine. But before we introduce her, I would love to ask Sarah, how are you doing today?
I'm good. It's kind of like a day by day, and I feel like I'm not really accomplishing much far as work-wise. Just trying to navigate everything with having a toddler at home, and he just seems a little extra clingy, which is fine because I'll take all the snuggles and the love I can get. But also just trying to find that balance now of being there for your children, but then also still maintaining yourself and being able to work. I'm just, struggling with that and just always trying to think of new ways to do that. So, but, overall it's a good day. We're all safe and well, and I feel very fortunate and grateful for that, and really excited to be here too.
Yay, we're really excited to have you here.
Yeah, and I just want to say, Sarah, I appreciate you sharing that because it's, yeah, I feel the same. I feel like 10,000 times a day with having a 2-year-old and running around after him. And it's a hard balance these days, if there's balance at all, some days. So thank you for sharing honestly and openly about that.
Yeah, of course. And I've told Susan this, but watching all these episodes, my favorite part is when you guys share how you're feeling, because you guys are always honest, and it's nice to know that other people are feeling the same struggles that you are right now. And it's nice to hear, there are good days and bad days, and you don't feel as alone in all of this.
Well, thank you for saying that. Um, 'cause that's definitely our goal behind doing all of this, especially, sharing in every episode. And, just to like take that time to check in with ourselves and and also give that reassurance to anybody watching or listening that you're not alone. Some days are really freaking hard and other days are actually not too bad. And I mean, I also know too, like for myself, sometimes going into the weekend, like weekends are hard because it's that like just less to keep my mind busy. Stacey and I are going to be recording more episodes over the weekend too. So maybe I won't have that same kind of like emotional crash or like stillness as I usually do. So I don't know. I'll let everybody know on Monday, I guess. But so Sarah, just like all of our other wonderful guests, has shared a quote with us. And I'm going to pull that up, do a little quick screen share. And I love it because Sarah was the one to introduce me to the wonderful music of Maggie Rogers. So when I saw that she chose a Maggie Rogers quote, I was like, oh, it just feels so right and so perfect. So the quote says, "And if you had a bad week, just let me touch your cheek. Oh, and I'll be waiting there. When you get frustrated, I know things are changing, but darling, I'm saying, I'll be singing you in all of my songs." So Sarah, can you share with us what made you decide on that particular Maggie Rogers quote today?
Oh, definitely. Music is such a huge part of my life. There's constantly music on in our house. I kind of can't function without it. And when I was pregnant with my son Xander, I made sure to listen to the same songs every day and really sing to him and rub my belly, because I really wanted to pass my love of music onto him as well. And one day Maggie Rogers randomly came on, and we both kind of looked at each other and we're like, we like this. So it was really cool because it was like our first discovery of new music together, which was just so special. And I've always loved this song, but especially right now with what we're going through, it seems like so apt and just supportive of what we're going through. So it's talking about, things are changing, but we're all here for each other to help each other through it.
That's beautiful. How old was Xander when you both discovered Maggie Rogers?
I want to say it was maybe like 3 years ago, it was the Tiny Desk concert, and we just both kind of looked at each other and went from there. And we listen to her all the time, and he gets really excited when we hear her out at the stores and stuff like that. So yeah, it's just really special.
That's adorable. Just recently, we listen to a lot of music in our house too, but just recently, Tony and I, my husband Tony and I, are watching the videos that Goldfinger put out. And they're one of the bands that has been doing one of those like Zoom style performances, and they were performing sorry, I don't know, that's Watson, you can hear that in the background, which is delightful. So yeah, Goldfinger put out a Zoom performance of some of their songs that came out in like, I don't even remember when, on like one of their albums in like the late 90s probably, and but it was like some of my favorite songs that I haven't listened to in years. And little Tony heard us listening to it, and now he's super into it, and now he's like asking to like listen to these songs, like these Goldfinger songs that I listened to when I was in like middle school. And it just brings such a smile to my face, because it's not necessarily something that I would have thought to introduce to him. Like, he's been listening to a lot of Beatles songs, but you know, Goldfinger, like 90s ska revival, was not really on my agenda to like introduce to him. But I'm not mad about it. Definitely not mad about it. So anyway, moral of all that rambling and all of the background noise that I'm sure you heard, is that it's just, I think it's so nice, and when you have that additional connection, like with your child and music and yourself, and you can see that joy coming through with them too. So
That's awesome. That's great. I can totally see him like being a little punk ska guy too.
yeah, it's been fun. It's definitely been fun. And we've been listening to like the Beatles nonstop lately, so which I don't mind, but it was still nice to just have like something different come along. So I have rambled enough about, you know, music and all of the things. And I would love to formally introduce our guest, Miss Sarah. Sarah Elizabeth, her business name is Sarah Elizabeth Face, as you may have seen on social media. Sarah is a true believer in natural beauty and beauty from the inside out. She is trained as an esthetician at the Aveda Institute, and she's also a makeup artist and personal beauty shopper, which I personally have had the pleasure of being a client in both of those aspects. Basically, I think just about everything that Sarah does, I have been a client for, because I love everything that she does, whether it's doing my makeup for a special event or a photo shoot, pick out, you know, wonderful skincare options when I don't know what to do with my face, or doing my lash lifts and brow tints and brow waxing, like all of those things. Sarah does it, and she is fantastic. So I am thrilled to have her on today, where she can really help by using her training and her education and knowledge to educate us on what we can do with our skincare now that we're all kind of like stuck at home, and talk a little bit about how our skincare needs might have changed during these times because of our environment changing, eating habits changing, you know, all of that lovely stuff that's going on with our face and our skincare. So Sarah, I'm going to hand it over to you. Thank you for being here.
Oh, yeah, thank you so much for having me. I'm so excited to be a part of this with everyone. You guys are really providing an awesome outlet for everyone right now. So thank you, and thank you for having me. A little bit of my background is that I've always been obsessed with makeup since a very young age. I saw the makeup artist Kevin Aucoin on Oprah, I think in like 4th grade, and had my mom take me to Borders the next day to get his book. So, you know, I'm going to definitely date myself. There wasn't YouTube or anything like that when I was younger, so I would just, you know, copy makeup looks from magazines and books and just keep practicing. And, you know, when it's something that you love so much and so passionate about, you can't imagine that being your job or being able to make a living out of it. So I wanted to follow the traditional route, and I went to college. I was an event planner for a long time, and while I loved it, I was really stressed out, and I always fell back on makeup and skincare as something to help myself de-stress. And having such a stressful career, I wanted to turn around and help others feel less stressed or better about themselves. So I went to the Aveda Institute to get my esthetician's license. And then I attended a couple different makeup workshops in New York, and just over the years have continued my education. I like to absorb any knowledge I can on the topics. And here we are now. I have a 5-year-old, and being able to do this full time has changed my life for the better because I can make my schedule around his. He's my number one priority. My family is my number one priority. So I can be with them when I need to be, and then I can work with my clients around their schedules and my schedule. And I'm so grateful for that. And, right now with everything going on, most of my business is cut off because I'm literally touching people's faces the whole time. But one aspect of my business that I really love is educating my clients on the correct products and how to for their skincare. So right now, since we're all stuck inside and everyone's skin is freaking out, there's so many different factors. Our environments have changed. We're stuck inside the house all the time. And it could be, your house could be dry. It could be moist. It could just be like the stagnancy of being inside all the time. You're not getting as much sunshine, or you're not just outside in these different environments. So your skin is just kind of stuck in a constant state. And like Susan said, we're all eating differently too. And we're definitely, more apt to snacking right now. So that definitely affects our face too. And something really interesting to look at, a lot of my clients are experiencing breakouts that they've never experienced before, or in different spots that they've never experienced it. If you Google acne face chart, it's really interesting. It'll show you on the face wherever you're breaking out and what that correlates to. So if you're stressed or hormonal, it's usually right here. If you have too much sugar in your diet, it'll show up on your cheeks. Gluten will, show up on your forehead. So if you find that you're breaking out in an area that you don't typically break out in, check out the face chart and maybe dial it back a little bit on like the cookies or, whatever your snack of choice is right now. But also during this time, it's a great opportunity to get your skin into a routine. And I feel like routine is almost a buzzword right now. Get yourself into a new routine, your children, your family, everything. And that's definitely been a struggle for me because I am not a routine person unless it's my skincare. So this is my way of trying to help everyone with that word routine, because it is a big change. But our skin loves a routine, just like our bodies do, our children do. Your skin will start to really react and depend on this routine and react positively. So what you want to do is follow a simple step-by-step procedure, and you can find all of this on the Creative Paws website. I made a little cheat sheet, so don't worry about trying to write things down or remember them. But the first step is called a double cleanse. And not a lot of people know about this, but if you think about when you go to mop your floor, you don't straight mop your floor because you'd be just pushing around dirty water, like anything that you had on the floor that you didn't pick up first, you're just going to be pushing it around. So you want to cleanse first to remove any makeup, dirt, oil, anything like that. So when that is all gone, it leaves you a clean, fresh surface to then really clean your skin, really get deep down into the pores, clean those pores out, and prepare your skin for the rest of your skincare products. If your pores are clogged or if you have that layer of dirt and grease, none of your other skincare products are going to work effectively for you because it needs to fight through. After that, you want to tone your skin, and this is a very important step that most people don't do. What toner does, it helps your skin's pH. So everyone's skin's pH is on an average scale. So all other skincare products are formulated to work on a skin's average pH. So it brings your skin back to the correct pH just in case whatever cleanser you're using may not work. Sometimes people will use Dove soap, and that will definitely change your skin's pH out of the average realm. So any other skincare products that you put on top of that, they won't work as effectively. From your toner, you want to use a serum. So a serum is a product that has the highest concentration of ingredients. So whatever your main skincare concern is, anti-aging, pigmentation, acne, you want to get your serum to combat your number one skincare concern. After that, you can put an eye cream on. And most problems with people's under eyes are either puffiness or dark circles. So if you tend to have puffy under eyes, get a gel eye cream and keep it in your fridge. That cold will instantly depuff that area and it'll just glide on a lot smoother. The dark circles, there's actually no real blood flow under the eye, so the blood really pools under those under eyes. So when you apply your eye cream, you really want to tap it with this ring finger and tap it out. Whenever you put any skincare products on, you want to apply them in the way you want your skin to go. So you're kind of always moving up and out. You know, our skin has like that memory. So if you're always constantly going up and out, your skin will follow suit. So that's why with the eye cream, you want to kind of tap out. You want to tap and get that blood flowing out to help remove the dark circles, but then also to kind of pull that area tighter. And then from there, you want to have your moisturizer. And you just want it to be a moisturizer. You don't want to have a combination SPF because you want to just focus on moisture to your skin. The main cause of like wrinkles is dehydration. A lot of times people may think they have fine line and wrinkles, but they don't. Their skin's just dehydrated. So you want to make sure you're properly hydrating your face. A lot of times people with oily skin will skip moisturizing, which in turn actually the oil cells kind of feel starved of any hydration. So then they begin to work in overdrive and will actually produce more oil than normal. So then it kind of just keeps that cycle going where they're just oily instead of balancing it. And then in the morning, you want to use a sunscreen, which is so incredibly important because whatever your serum is, whatever skincare you're doing, if you're not properly protecting your skin, once you step outside is just open to the harmful rays and it's going to undo all that great skincare you just applied, any of those masks or facials that you get. And sometimes with some products that may, you know, strip the skin, your skin is actually even more vulnerable. So if you don't wear that sunscreen, you're doing more harm than you are with everything else you're putting on. So I wanted to go through that really quickly, just because I think it's really great to get that routine down now. And I struggle at nighttime definitely, just because you're tired, you don't feel like doing all that. As soon as I'm done making dinner and eating dinner and cleaning up, I just go straight and wash my face. This way I don't wait till the end of the night after I put my son to bed because either I fall asleep too or like I just want to come downstairs and veg out. So do it, you know, towards the end of the day when you're not so tired that you don't want to do it yet. And again, your skin will really love this routine, like every single day. It's kind of looking for that, you know, deep cleanse. It's looking for that hydration. But then right now too, I think it's really important to still take care of ourselves. You know, everyone is stressed out and going through so many emotions, and self-care, sometimes I think it's a bad rap because, you know, people will view it as like it's being vain or, you know, a very like on the surface sort of treatment. But really, like when my skin is doing great, I feel great. I feel confident. And it's kind of like a circular thing, like beauty on the outside, beauty on the inside, it all works together. If you're feeling good about your skin, you're going to feel more confident about yourself. If you're taking care of your skin, your body's going to feel better. It's just all a really great cycle to get into. And I just wanted to talk about some at-home treatments right now that you can do for your skin with things that are definitely in your kitchen already. So something that I would say most people have issue with are blackheads and clogged pores. And typically it would be in the T-zone, so forehead, nose, chin. But something really super easy, you just need egg whites, one egg white, and tissues or toilet paper. So probably tissues, because I know toilet paper is still hard to get. So you want to cut your tissues into little strips like this, and you want to pull it apart so it's the thinnest layer. I don't recommend using paper towels because they're too thick and absorbent. So you want to use something like a tissue toilet paper. You're going to whisk the egg white till it's a little frothy. Do a thin layer with a brush, and then actually put the strip right over top of it and paint it again. And you can keep doing the process until each area is, like, the whole area is covered. So if you're doing your nose, you can do a couple strips, your chin. You're going to paint back over top of it with the egg whites and let it sit for 20 minutes or till it's completely dry. You just peel it off and the blackheads are on there. It's crazy how it works. It's like an at-home Biore strip, and it's way more gentle than the Biore strip because those strips literally will pull off anything that's on there. And you don't necessarily want to like pull out the hairs and everything that's supposed to be on your skin that's supposed to be there. This will just remove those surface blackheads that are kind of sitting on top and clogging your pores. So that's a really simple little thing to do, and you can do it and sit there and watch TV or, you know, fold laundry or anything like that. It's not something you have to watch. You can leave it on all day. I mean, it might be hard to get off, but it'll be fine. Like, it's not gonna like do any harm to your skin. So I have a couple of masks to talk about too. But when you do a mask, the most important thing to do is to exfoliate your skin first, because we have these layers, you know, of dead skin that kind of just sits on top of the surface. You need to get those dead skin cells, you know, the heavy oil or dirt, and get it out of there, because when you put a mask on, it's not going to do anything if it's just sitting on top of that dead skin. It's not going to penetrate or really do anything for your skin. So we want to get rid of that. My favorite thing to use, it's really simple. It's just brown sugar and honey, and you mix it together till it forms like a little paste. You want to cleanse your skin and let it dry. And then once it's dry, just kind of put a little bit on your fingertips and just do circular motions all over your face. You can do your lips. I wouldn't do the eye area, but, you know, stay around here. And you can concentrate and scrub harder in those, you know, those areas of like the blackheads and congestion. You can rinse it off immediately, or you can actually let it sit because the honey is very hydrating, so your skin will feel really smooth after. And this scrub, you can use it all over your body too. Because it's the brown sugar and the honey, it's a little bit more gentle. So if you need like a really rough body exfoliation, it won't really do that for you, but it will still, you know, be nice, but it's gentle enough for your face. That you can make a big batch, you can make a little batch and put it in a mason jar and it'll stay for a long time. But that you just rinse it off and you can just feel how smooth your skin is because there's no layers of anything blocking. So from there, you want to do a mask. You want to try to do this 2 to 3 times a week, because you don't want to do it every day because that'll just be too much for your skin, but you want to try to like keep removing those dead skin cells to keep your youngest, freshest skin at the top. My recommendation is if you always watch a certain show or you do a certain thing on the same night every week. If you do laundry every Wednesday night, try to do it on those nights so you can correlate them and you don't forget to do it. But I have 3 masks to talk about. Do I have time to just kind of quickly go through them? Okay. Because I can literally talk about like this for hours. So you can just, if you need to let me know, like, stop. So I would say right now, most people's problems is hydration. We're just sitting inside. Everything's kind of just like dry. And like I said, hydration is universal. Even if you have oily skin, you want to still hydrate and moisturize your face. This mask is super easy. It's just avocado and honey. That's all you need. You mash up the avocado, add some honey in, whisk it together, and just do a nice generous layer on your skin, and you can let that sit for as long as you would like. You could literally just put it in your hair too. It's just really great for hydration. But the honey is also anti-inflammatory, so it'll calm anything for you. It's just very soothing. And I just think that's what we all need right now, is just to be soothed and to feel comfortable and moisturized. And like I said, that mask is great for everyone, even if you are oily. I also have an oily skin mask too, though, because if your skin balance is thrown off and you are more oily than you normally are, it can be really uncomfortable and annoying. So all you want to do with that is 1 egg white and aloe. So you can either use like the fresh aloe leaves, or if you have like an aloe vera gel, you want to whisk the egg white and then stir in the aloe, and you can put that on your skin for 10 to 20 minutes. What it will do is the egg white will absorb all that extra oil, but the aloe at the same time will be calming, just like it does for a burn. It's going to kind of just like rebalance, calm the skin, because obviously something may be off if your skin is producing all this extra oil that it doesn't normally. So this will help bring the balance back. And then my favorite masks to do, it's a turmeric mask. So turmeric is an Indian spice, and it's kind of like an skincare ingredient right now because it just has so many amazing properties. This mask is kind of like a wonder mask. So it's great for breakouts. It's great for dark spots and pigmentation. If you just need a little extra glow, just kind of like, it's just like an all around magic mask because your skin will just look great after it. So it has brewed green tea, yogurt, lemon juice, and then the turmeric. And I actually learned about this mask from Halle Berry. It's something that she uses, and her skin is like insanely gorgeous. So, you know, we definitely know it works. So you're going to whip this all together and put a nice generous layer and let it sit for 3 minutes. And then you're going to actually add more on top of it and let it sit for an extra 10 minutes. So the first time you're getting like a nice base layer to really absorb into the skin. And then after those 3 minutes, you're going to put more on, and it's kind of just like packing those nutrients in there for you. Immediately your skin will be brighter. It's really, really cool. I love those kind of treatments that you see those immediate results. The turmeric, you know, the smell isn't for anyone, but you can always adjust level. It's really just like a little pinch, but you can add more or less depending upon your scent preferences. But all of these masks and scrubs, if you have essential oils at home, feel free. You can add a couple drops into any of them if you really like a certain scent, or if it's a certain scent that really calms you or just makes you feel better, because you just want to just help yourself feel better. Like I said, it's about self-care. It's about taking care of yourself. And when we take care of ourselves, I find that we take care of everyone else around us better too. So, those are all the kind of DIY masks and everything that I put together for you guys. And I have put together ingredient lists too that you can get from the website, so you can have all that information.
Yay. Thank you.
Yeah.
I'm so excited to try all of the masks and the scrubs and like everything. I was thinking about how dry my hands have been, and I know that's been, I'm sure you've heard, probably even more so than that I've seen about people complaining about how dry their hands are. So I was thinking about the avocado honey mask that you suggested. Like, could you even put that on your hands for like extra moisture?
Yeah, definitely. And actually, even though how you're saying your hands are dry, I would use that brown sugar exfoliator first to get rid of all that dry skin that's sitting on the surface, and then put the hydrating on, because then it'll really be able to sink in and help heal everything. And I mean, you could even put the avocado and honey and put gloves on and go to sleep like that and just wake up nice and hydrated.
That sounds magical.
Yeah.
Because I know like putting stuff like on my feet and then like sleeping with socks on. Like I don't love to sleep with socks on, but like desperate times, like desperately dry heels call for, sleeping with socks on. But yeah, sleeping with gloves on too, with like a mask, like a hand mask. That that sounds great. I feel like Tony could really benefit from that too, because his hands just get like beat up with his work. And yeah, we have like a hand scrub that we keep in our bathroom, because I taught him. I was like, you need to exfoliate before you put anything like any lotion or moisturizer on. So he knows, just got to scrub the hands and then put lotion. It's like, because you're not really doing any good otherwise.
Yeah. Something actually I wanted to say too, because
Yeah.
we're eating at home all the time, and everyone's making banana bread online to make up for their stale bananas. But that's a great thing to do too with fruit that you have that is starting to turn, that you don't want to eat, but you can incorporate it into your skincare routine. Like with the avocados, like if you have like an older one, I would use that rather than a fresh one. Or you can use, like, bananas are really great for hydration. Like if there's something in your house that is past for you to want to actually eat, you can always search online for a mask that might incorporate that fruit or ingredient for you, so you don't waste it.
That's perfect. And I feel like
Yeah.
we're just sharing all of the like how to utilize things in your kitchen for other purposes in like this week's episode.
Yeah.
Because like Ilya shared about, utilizing different herbs and spices for smudging. And now we're talking about, like different fruits and everything to incorporate into your skincare. This is perfect. This makes me happy.
Yeah. Make sure everyone has something to eat, and then use it on yourself.
So like I shouldn't like take the banana from my son and be like, you can't have this. Mommy needs it for her skincare.
Yes. I mean, priorities. So.
Well, and Sarah, I have a question, because I love the do-it-yourself element of it, especially because all of us are in this predicament of like, we don't know when we can get certain things again, so having like pantry staples is helpful. With the like I think it was 5-step routine you mentioned in the beginning, do you have any recommendations for like, so for instance, before you cleanse and you remove everything, do you have any recommendations for like a do-it-yourself makeup remover, or like, natural thing for that, or serum, or like any of the other steps in that process, or more over the counter stuff that you think is most helpful?
I mean, honestly, I think for everyone, I'm all about whatever works best for your skin. When I recommend, products to my clients, if they, sometimes people will be embarrassed and say like, well, I just use this $5 cleanser from the drugstore. But if that's what works for your skin, then use it. So, whatever you find, like if it's like a natural one that you make or something that you buy from the store, you just want to do what's best for your skin. And I would say the best makeup remover, hands down, is just coconut oil. And it takes everything off. And I know the woman from Concierge was talking about coconut oil a lot too, and it really is great. You can just take a tiny bit in your hands and just really warm it up in your fingertips and really massage it all over your face. And you can do it right onto your lashes, right onto your eyes. And then you can either rinse off and use like a washcloth, or you can just use a dry washcloth and take it off like that. I would definitely use that as a makeup remover, because it's also antibacterial, so it's helping to clean the face too. The only thing is, a lot of times people will use it as a moisturizer, but I advise against it, because if you think of a coconut and how fibrous they are, that's how their cells are as well. So sometimes the fiber in their cells can be a little too much for our pores, so it will tend to clog our pores, so it would just be too much to leave on. But as far as a makeup remover, that's actually, I have these pads that I soaked in coconut oil, and then I just take the pads out and I use that to take off my makeup, and it's just wonderful.
That's awesome. Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah. And as far as serums, like do it yourself and everything, like I said, the serums are for like whatever your main skin concern is. So if you're like a teenager or have like that perfect like 20 something skin, I would recommend, like, you can definitely use like a do-it-yourself serum. But as we age, our skin needs like a little bit more oomph and everything. So I definitely would use something, you know, from like a skincare company as far as like the serums and everything.
Yeah, I was like, ooh, is there a secret like DIY serum? Like that would just, but yeah, no, it makes sense. I know because serums are so highly specialized and refined, which is a bummer. But I guess if we have like DIY versions of almost everything else in the skincare, routine, that's not too bad. I'm excited about that.
And just,
um,
you know, I think, you know, everyone's talking about washing your hands, and it is so important to wash your hands before you touch your face as far as your skincare too, because you're just putting germs onto your skin. And, you know, when I go to, you know, do my skin routine in the morning and the night, obviously it's in the bathroom, so I have the soap right there. But also in my room where I do my makeup, I have a hand sanitizer right there too. So I'll, you know, put the hand sanitizer on and then do my makeup, because even if you're using brushes, you're, you know, of course you're still going to touch your face in some capacity. So, you know, you just want to try to do these little things to help make your life easier so you don't have to deal with the breakouts and everything like that.
Thank you so much, Sarah. And where is the best place for people to get in contact with you and learn more about you?
So my website is actually getting its own makeover right now. So I thought it would be a good time, you know, when it's not super busy. So you can reach me on my Instagram, my Facebook. They're both Sarah Elizabeth Face, and my email is sarahelizabethface@gmail. So you can reach me through any of those um, ways, and I will happily talk way longer about skin with everyone. And also right now, I think it's so important to support each other and local small businesses. So I teamed up with local Philadelphia skincare businesses and have worked it out so that my clients will get exclusive deals with them. So this way we're supporting local businesses that are struggling with, you know, everything that's going on right now. And you're getting these great deals for this beautiful skincare for your skin as well. So it's a win-win for everyone.
Yeah, and you're working with quite a few of them, right? It's Sabbatical Beauty, Coco Kitty, Frankenwit, um,
Wild
and
Gatherings.
Wild Gatherings. Oh, that's right.
Lucci makes beautiful masks. You know, I think it's so important that, especially like in our area, I don't think people realize how many amazing skincare companies that there are. And I would say the majority of them use, you know, natural and holistic products too. So they're really, really good for your skin.
Yeah, I know Sarah has introduced me to quite a few of those brands, and I've been thrilled with the results. It's not like one of those situations where oh, it's good for a local company. It's like, no, these are quality, like high quality companies and products that these brands are making, and it's just a nice benefit that they're local to us. So we can include those in the show notes as well, so that our viewers can check them out too. So Sarah, any other final thoughts or anything that you'd like to share before we end our video today?
No, I kind of want to express my gratitude to Susan and Stacey again for having me and giving me this opportunity to talk about skin and all these things I'm so passionate about, but also just to thank you guys for providing this haven for us and to bring us together in a fun way. Because I think people need to know it's okay to be happy about some things right now and look to each other for any other ways we can help each other feel better or support each other. So thank you both so much.
Thank you. It's been so good to have you. And I'm definitely doing a number of these do-it-yourself. The last 2 weeks of my pregnancy need this. Like I'm just lathering it all on. So thank you so much. It was really good to have you.
Oh, thank you.
And we always like to end our episode with the same quote, just from a Mary Oliver poem of, what will you do with your one wild and precious life? So thank you, Sarah, and thank you everyone for tuning in, and we will see you in the next episode. Have a good night.
Bye.
Bye.